Hey fellow beauty finders, this is Matthias for Makeup, otherwise known as Miss Lady Revline, and today I'm in full drag thanks to my good friend JC Makeup Master. JC, OMG.
Doesn't this look fierce?
This is everything. I'm so excited to share with my tutorial subscribers exactly how you do this.
Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to watch this and learn some tricks and tips and incorporate this in your drag looks yourself or even on your everyday looks.
So you guys stay tuned because it's coming right up.
Strip me down, hit the floor. In the morning there will be nothing more.
Let's do it. Woo, it's minty. What are we doing first?
We're gonna get started with the primer.
Oh,
and
yes.
I'm using Too Faced.
And this
So-
takes 10 years off, right?
Yes, it's gonna take about 20 actually.
Ooh, I'm gonna be 12 again.
You guys are our witness. So a lot of the times I might have my clients use their own fingers because I feel like it'll work it in a lot better. But
Your own skin.
yeah, I like to have my clients participate. He's Kevin Aquan, and this is actually a concealer.
It's called the Sensual Skin Enhancer.
Yes, you're right, and it's SX11. What I'm using on you.
Let me just tell you, FYI,
You can grab
this is
off.
enough product for like you and 8 of your bridesmaids at your
Yeah,
wedding.
it really
This
is.
is so concentrated. There is so much product in this. A little tiny bit goes a very long way.
So I'm just gonna dab my beauty blender into this very lightly because, as Matthias mentioned, it's very pigmented. It's very heavy. A lot of people that I've ran into in my area that do drag.
With your car?
Some I would like to.
Oh!
And this product all over the face, although I'm still gonna come in and use 2 different shades for highlighting and contouring. I still want the face to be all the same shade in the beginning so that I can have that clean, so to speak, canvas and then work off of that.
What are you using now? What is that? Okay, so you have Cover FX, you have a cream, highlight contour. What is this?
Yes. So now I'm using Cover FX, and I just started using this palette recently, and I'm gonna go in with the lightest color here, which is the concealer, so that I can start doing the highlighting for the drag makeup.
Okay, what's this?
So
This
now
is-
I added a different product. You have to pull
Give
hard.
me this. What is it? It's very pink.
Yeah, it is. A cream blend stick by Mehron, or Mehron, however you pronounce it. But it's really light, so I've already used the Cover FX under your eyes, and I'm gonna grab a tiny bit of this and add a little more on top of that
Okay.
to make it extra dramatic.
Got it.
Because drag makeup is all about drama.
Okay, so now we have some brown cream from Ben Nye. So what are we gonna do with the brown cream?
So we're gonna use this to start contouring the face. And I got it from a color wheel by Ben Nye, and the color wheel is SK3. It's a shadow wheel, and they're creams. So I got this also at Nigel's. So that's where I grabbed that, and I'm using one of the colors from there, which is not the darkest one, but the second to last.
Now it's really interesting that you're using this with a beauty blender. I never use the beauty blender to contour with. I always want to use my tool, like my specific brushes, to actually draw the line.
And I do have one that I use, but for drag makeup, I like to use the beauty blender because I want it to be a lot more dramatic. Otherwise, I'd be using this brush, and this brush was one of my favorites
It
recently.
was originally from a farm, and it cleans horses' teeth, right?
It's made from goat hairs. I think it really is. But
I'll hold it right. Can I hold it right here?
oh my god, you are too funny. We're going in on the forehead. As you can tell, Matthias has a little bit of extra space here that we can work with, and it's gonna be great.
Was that PC? A little bit of extra space. It's like instead of saying your butt is fat, it's like you have a little extra space in the back. I think you need the next size up. Okay, go ahead.
This guy is too much. So as you guys can tell, I'm starting at the very, very top, the closest to the hairline, because that's where I want the darkest color to be. Then I'm gonna come in closer to the middle of the forehead here, and I'm gonna blend as we move forward. Now, a trick that I like to use with the Beauty Blender is if you want the color to be dispensed lightly, then you dab lighter. If you have the color on this Beauty Blender and you go in and you dab, 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 you can see that it's clearly adding a lot of color. Now, if you go in and you dab very lightly, you're obviously adding a lot less.
That's a great tip.
So that is one of my good tips. You like to use that tip too?
Well, it's very true. It's like people always ask like, what's the best way to blend something, and it's very hard for me to describe that to my YouTube subscribers because it's a feeling. You know what I mean? It's an easier thing to explain when you're actually in the chair getting the tutorial because you can feel the pressure of something. But when you are watching something on a YouTube clip, it's much harder to understand. You know, blending is not just a visual thing, it's a feeling thing. And so I'm going to be doing some makeup seminars in person soon. I'll be posting links, and it's much easier to learn when you're watching in person, or if you actually are sitting in the chair, that's the best way to learn, really.
Yeah,
I can feel
agree.
it. I can totally feel it.
So now I grabbed the same color and the same product on this flat brush. I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the color, and I'm going to have him just look straight so that I can make a straight line down the on the sides of the bridge of the nose,
Okay.
which is how I'm gonna contour this nose to make it very skin-tea.
Ooh, skin tea. Hashtag skin tea.
And I'm gonna add some here to cut the nose here. I just want to make it nice and perky, so that's the reason why I'm adding the product down here.
Now, do you contour and highlight certain drag noses differently than others, or do you give the same stamped nose on every male that you do?
I like to do it based on the original nose structure.
Because mine is already long. Like, I don't have a fat, short nose. I have
Right.
a long, triangular shaped nose.
So, hence the reason why I'm adding the color at the bottom here. But if you had a short nose, then I wouldn't add the color so high up here. I would just kind of bring it down here to cut it. I've ran into girls who contour their nose and then they leave the lines going all the way down, and then your nose ends up looking like it hangs. You don't want that. So I add the color here, just kind of cut it and make it a little perkier, and then you guys are going to see more tricks as I go. The next product that I'm going to use is actually an Airspun powder. If you want to model that for me.
Ooh, yes. Airspun. Mr. Patrick Starr swears by this Airspun on my
Oh,
makeup
does he?
chat. He was like, I can't live without my Airspun. Yes.
I love Airspun.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love Airspun for drag makeup. I don't use it on my regular clients because I feel like I need something a little less
Cunty.
less cunty.
Is this my color?
Yeah, it actually blends in perfectly with
Yes.
you.
All right. Pat me down. Pat me down. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you look up at the ceiling,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start right under the eyes, and I'm gonna pat, 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 and I'm gonna carry this over up to the sides here, close to the temples, and you guys will see a very straight line here, which is okay. We can blend that out later with some powders. But what I want to emphasize on is when you pat this powder here for drag makeup, you want to carry it over to the nose, because otherwise your nose is going to stay looking wide if you don't add this light color here. This light color is going to help the nose look more narrow and thin. So if you guys can see, I went all the way from here and then very close to the sides of the ridge of the nose where I added the contour. I'm going to go in with powder, a luxury powder by Ben Nye, and I think this shade is Cameo. And it's not really what we're going to use for the actual contouring, but it's just going to give a little bit of shade on the areas where I'm going to eventually go in and contour a lot more in detail.
I like that. Go ahead and work, but I like that you are using different colors to set the makeup with powder, because I think one of the things that I've learned over the years is don't set your entire highlighted and contoured face with one color powder, because there is no powder that I have found that is completely invisible. It's always going to either lighten or darken anything that it touches. So you started using, well, I mean, it's been years, but I started using light and dark colored loose powders to do exactly what he's doing now. It's a great tip. Oh, what are we doing? What's this?
So now I'm going to come in for the rest of the face that I didn't set already. Is Banana Powder by Ben Nye. And although this is very pale, it's very close to the skin tone of original skin tone here. So I'm going to come in and just dab this in on the rest of the areas and just kind of add it in between the highlight and contour just to help the blending as well. So our next step is I've actually have a custom made palette. I bought this empty palette at Nigel's, and I have a bunch of La Femme eyeshadows, and this company is out here in Hollywood, and I love this company because their eyeshadows are so affordable. And yes, I'm contouring with eyeshadows. There's nothing wrong with that. I want you guys all to know that there's no rules to makeup. You guys can use eyeshadow as blush, blush as eyeshadow. I mean, if it looks good on the skin and it works good for you, then you can use it. As long as you're not making your clients look ugly or blotchy, or the eyeshadow that you're using as contour is completely dark and it doesn't go, then play with makeup. That's what makeup is all about.
There are a few things that I will say, as far as maybe not a rule, but a suggestion, if you will, JC Makeup Master, is I don't see, and the reason I can say this is because I can tell you're doing it right, I don't see any frost colors in here, okay? There is a suggestion. Do not use a frosty brown eyeshadow to contour a temple or a cheekbone with, because that would be a big no-no, all right? Because you don't want to have a big frosty, dark chocolate brown, smoky temple. It's just not cute. These are all matte. So even though they're eyeshadows, they are matte. So they're gonna work like a really nice matte contour. And I just,
Yes.
I love that I can just tell this is going in a very good direction.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in with a soft blush because we're adding this, the look that we're going for now is gonna be transformed later, and then we wanna start with something soft so that we're able to make a good transformation by using different colors afterwards. So I'm adding it to the apples of the cheeks very lightly. This is the same technique. You want to build versus adding one big pink spot and then trying to blend that out. Okay, so next I'm going to move into the nose contouring, and I'm going to use a flat angled brush, and this is actually from Michaels. So this is an art brush and it's very inexpensive. I just dipped it into the same brown eyeshadow that I was using for the contouring of the temples and the cheeks, and I'm gonna come in and make a straight line, and I'm gonna show you guys how to blend this. And this is the only time that I will come in and add one bold straight line when I'm doing the nose contouring for drag makeup. So now I'm gonna come in with a different brush and I'm gonna blend this in.
Oh, that's Delium Tools. I love that brand. That's a great brush line. Do you have any more brushes from them?
No, this is the first one I've had.
It's a great brush. Okay, so how do you use it? Because Delium Tools makes great tools.
So I'm gonna come in and I'm going along the lines that I drew, and I'm just gonna go up and down and then in a tiny bit of a circular motion. This is gonna help blend that line in, and it's gonna carry it into the bridge of the nose, and it's gonna help the nose get even skintier.
JC, you've done an amazing job so far, and I know there's so much information that we've covered on just the basics of highlighting and contouring drag and how to get the makeup just really set and stay and look spectacular. So I want to do a part 1 and a part 2. So this is going to be our part 1. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be doing part 2 very soon on a new Fierce Face Friday. And please subscribe to my channel. There's a link right down here below for you guys to do so. I do weekly demos and tutorials myself. This is a very special treat because I'm in the chair for once with JC Makeup Master. Follow him on Instagram. I'm going to put links to him and I both on our channel right down here at the bottom. Do you want to do a shout out to any of your favorite friends or followers?
Yeah, I actually want to shout out all of my followers, all the people who've supported me, every single one of you. I don't want to just say one person because everybody has always been so supportive. And I also can't wait till you guys see the second part of this video so you can finally see how this comes together and ends up looking
fishy. Thanks, JC. You guys, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below because I love hearing from my followers and my fans. I also would love for you guys to subscribe, so please do so by clicking that little red button right down at the bottom. And stay with me here at Find the Beauty because I have 2 more videos for you guys to check out, and I will see you soon on part 2 of this drag transformation.